Ben Jones was one of the most unusual figures in American public life because he achieved success in two very different worlds: entertainment and politics. Known to millions as Cooter Davenport on the Dukes of Hazzard, he later became a member of the United States Congress. His life demonstrated how cultural influence can extend far beyond television screens. Who was Ben Jones? Ben Jones was an American actor, politician, playwright, and writer born on August 30, 1941 in Tarboro, North Carolina. He grew up in a working-class Southern family. His father worked on the railroad, and his early experiences shaped the values and identity that later defined both his acting and political careers. He died on August 9, 2026 at the age of 84 after suffering a massive heart attack at his home in Virginia, leaving behind a legacy that spanned entertainment, public service, and cultural advocacy. What was Ben Jones known for before becoming a politician? Before entering politics, Jones built a successful acting career in theater, television, and film. He appeared in productions such as Smokey and the Bandit Moonrunners, and As the World Turns. He was respected as a character actor and stage performer long before becoming nationally famous. How did Ben Jones become famous? His breakthrough came when he was cast as Cooter Davenport in The Dukes of Hazzard, which premiered in 1979. The series became one of the most watched television programs in America, attracting tens of millions of viewers every week. Cooter quickly became one of the show's most beloved characters. Who was Cooter Davenport? Cooter Davenport was the trusted mechanic and close friend of the Duke family. He operated Cooter's Garage and was known for solving problems, repairing vehicles, and helping the Duke cousins whenever they faced trouble. His character represented loyalty, practical intelligence, and community spirit. Why was Cooter Davenport important to the series? While many viewers focused on the action scenes and the General Lee, Cooter provided the emotional and cultural foundation of the show. His garage served as a meeting place where plans were made, friendships were strengthened, and community values were reinforced. How did Ben Jones influence the Southern identity of the Dukes of Hazzard? Jones brought authenticity to the role because he understood Southern culture firsthand. He emphasized hard work, mechanical skill, loyalty, and neighborly relationships. Rather than portraying rural Southerners as simple stereotypes, he presented them as capable, resourceful, and intelligent people. How did Cooter help define the General Lee? Although Bo and Luke Duke drove the famous car, Cooter was the mechanic who kept it running. His role connected the vehicle to the culture of craftsmanship and self-reliance that became a central theme of the series. Many fans viewed him as the person who made the General Lee believable as more than just a television prop. What do television historians say about his performance? Many analysts believe Jones gave the show credibility because his portrayal felt genuine. He was often described as the cultural anchor of Hazzard County, helping transform the series from simple entertainment into a representation of small-town Southern life. Did Ben Jones have a successful acting career outside the Dukes of Hazzard? Yes, although he remained most closely associated with Cooter Davenport, he appeared in numerous films, television programs, and stage productions. He also worked as a writer and performer throughout his career. How did critics view his acting abilities? Supporters praised his authenticity, warmth, and natural screen presence. They believed he excelled at portraying ordinary people and making supporting characters memorable. Critics often noted that audiences trusted his performances because they felt sincere. What criticisms did he face as an actor? Some critics argued that he became too closely identified with a single role and that his wider acting abilities were often overlooked. Others believed his fame never fully expanded beyond the Dukes of Hazzard despite his extensive work in theater and film. How did Ben Jones enter politics? Jones had long been interested in public affairs and community issues. He decided to run for Congress in Georgia as a Democrat. His first campaign was unsuccessful, but he remained active and continued building support. When did he win election to Congress? He was elected to the United States House of Representatives in 1988 and began serving in 1989. He represented Georgia in Congress until 1993. What committees did he serve on? During his time in Congress, he worked on the Committee on Veterans Affairs and the Committee on Public Works and Transportation. He also served in leadership roles within the Democratic caucus. Why was his political career considered unusual? Few television actors successfully transition into federal government. Jones demonstrated that popularity alone was not enough. He built support by connecting with voters who identified with his background, values, and communication style. How did his television career help his political success? Many voters already knew him as a trusted familiar figure. His public image reflected honesty, community service, and working-class values, which helped him connect with rural and suburban constituents. What political challenges did he face? Jones often found himself between different political groups. Conservatives sometimes viewed him as too liberal, while progressives occasionally questioned his strong emphasis on Southern cultural heritage. This created challenges that followed him throughout his public career. What was his position on Southern heritage? Jones believed Southern history and culture should be preserved and discussed openly. He frequently argued that regional traditions deserved recognition even when they became politically controversial. What controversy surrounded his defense of Southern symbols? One of the largest debates involved the Confederate battle flag displayed on the General Lee. Critics argued that the symbol represented racism, slavery, and oppression. Jones maintained that many supporters viewed it as a symbol of heritage, family, and regional identity. His defense of the symbol generated significant public disagreement. How did supporters respond to his position? Supporters believed he was defending cultural history and resisting what they saw as efforts to erase aspects of Southern identity. They viewed him as an advocate for dialogue rather than censorship. How did critics respond? Critics argued that he underestimated the historical pain associated with Confederate imagery and failed to fully acknowledge how such symbols were viewed by many Americans. What happened after his time in Congress? After leaving Congress, Jones returned to entertainment writing, public speaking, and cultural advocacy. He continued participating in events related to the Dukes of Hazzard and remained active in public discussions about history, politics, and Southern culture. Why is his life often described as paradoxical? His journey from television mechanic to federal lawmaker seems almost impossible, yet both careers were connected by a common theme: representing ordinary Americans and advocating for communities that often felt overlooked by national institutions. What lessons can be learned from Ben Jones' career? His life shows that authenticity can be a powerful asset in both entertainment and politics. It demonstrates that people can successfully reinvent themselves and pursue new careers regardless of age or background. It also illustrates how cultural identity can shape public influence and political engagement. What is Ben Jones' lasting legacy? Ben Jones leaves behind a unique legacy as an actor, politician, writer, and cultural advocate. Millions remember him as Cooter Davenport, while others remember his years in Congress. Together, these achievements created a rare career that bridged popular culture and public service in a way few Americans have ever accomplished. Finally, Ben Jones will be remembered as a man who successfully connected entertainment, community values, and political leadership. His story remains one of the most remarkable examples of how a television personality can become a serious public servant while remaining deeply connected to the culture that first made him famous. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more educational stories and historical biographies.